Hello, welcome to Modeling with Spreadsheet. In this video, we're going to learn about an application called MyApps. Now, MyApps will help you to give a more effective presentation, or rather give you a much better pictorial representation of any data you want to put in. Till now, we have used bar charts, line graphs, and various other forms of chart, but this chart is a bit more dynamic and is very effective during presentation. Today we'll see how to generate such apps or how to access these apps using Excel. Now, this option here, My Apps, you'll find it under the Insert tab. We have Home here, we have Page Outlet here, and in between we have Insert. Under Insert, you have My Apps. So this is a data which I've already just typed in. It's just a random data which I've written. It has 4 companies corresponding their profits and their sales. So let's just start by getting into the applications or the option of My Apps. If I click on My Apps, there's a dialog box opening saying that you need to, as of now there are no apps, and you have to add apps to your account at the Office Store. Now click on Office Store to access the Office Store. Click on any apps. These are the apps which are available in order to use or make use for your presentation. Say I want a bubbles chart. Click on Trusted. Now before actually inserting that app into the Excel sheet, you are required to sign in. So before you get into the option of My Apps, make sure that you have an account that is a Microsoft account, so that you can log in and access the Office Store. So I am now logging into my account, that is my Microsoft account. It will take a minute. Yeah, so now I have logged in. As I have clicked on that bubble app, this bubble app is now loading. See, this is the basic bubble app which you can see. Now since I want this data here to be inserted in between the bubble app. So I click on select table option, which is here. I click on these 4 options. I click on OK and see. Now here if you see, D, the bubble D is the largest. The more the size, the more is the profit of the company. We have selected these 2 tables. So the size represents, bigger the size, the better is the company in terms of anything that you have entered. I have entered profit. So as of now here, the bubble D is having maximum profit. So it is the biggest bubble of all the 4. If you want, say, 5th bubble, so you just enter E. Say I want to have it as 1000. I click on the back option here, here. I come to select the table again. I select another table, which is a bigger one. Click on OK. I have 5 bubbles now, with E being the highest. Now if I want to edit or manipulate the data in profit, say I want to change something, then say I want to change 250 to 500. Let's just change it to 500. It's an automatic updation in the bubble app, so you don't need to actually get into change the data and then again insert a chart. You just have to change the numbers, and simultaneously it will go on increasing, or rather it will go on changing. So this is how you use a bubble app. Now you can use this bubble app, or you can use this, copy it, paste it in a Word doc, or paste it in your presentation, PowerPoint presentation, to actually show a relative standing of your company against the other company. Say you are company E. So now you can see that the company E is having the maximum profit among all the companies. Now as of now, all of them are having, say, similar colors. You want to change colors, then what you do is you click back, you come to select table. Say before selecting table, I need to fulfill the table. So for E, I say I write the sales to be say 2000. Okay, no, not sales. I'll just delete the stop sales. Yeah. So these are just the numbers which are besides profit. These numbers will denote or indicate the color of the bubble. So now when I want to select the table, I select the whole three of them. I select company, I select the profit, and I select a table besides, I select the column besides the profit, which is basically for column. And if I click on OK, you will see that all the bubbles are of different colors. E is very different because it is I've given it a higher number, so it has become of completely different color. So you can now distinguish that yes, red is a color which is the market leader, brown is the second market leader, 600, 700, 800, they're almost similar. So they are shades of green, but they're almost same. So this is how you can also differentiate in bubbles. This is all about the bubble app. There are various apps which you can download from my apps. Say I go on my apps. I have, as of now, I have only one. So I'll go and I'll click on store. I'll go to the store. Say I want, say people's graph. I want people's graph. So I click trust it. It comes up. Say now convert this profit to say employee strength. Okay. So this becomes employee strength. Now I'll just delete this bubble app. Yeah. So now this is basically just to, for example, say there are 10 organizations and you want to know the strength of all the organizations. Say one organization has 1,000 members, some have 2,000 members. So in order to just write it in a numerical form to have to present it in a very good manner, this can be used, and for similar such examples this app can be used. Now how do I insert my data? I click on the data option, which is here. I click here. It will ask select your data, so you should select your data. The data I can select here is, say this is my data as of now, and I click on create. So now A is having 500 employees, B is having 600, C is having 500, D is having 700, and E is having 1000. So you can also see that E is the highest, so it has been given a greater number of person in terms of pictures. If you want, you can also change, say, the themes if you want. There are various themes available. And here also, if you change the numbers, I'm sorry, that was, it just got zoomed in. Yeah. So if you change the numbers, say I want to change it to 100, the graph will automatically change. I give it 200, say I give it 200, it will change. Okay, so this is one of the other apps which you can use from the Office store. Let's select another app. Say I go for my apps. I have now 2 of them I've downloaded. Let me go back to the store. Say now let me go for Modern Trend app. Now these type of maps can be actually used to compare you and your competitors, that how are you rising, how is your competitor rising. You can also use these maps for checking out how much is your variable cost, how much is your revenue, how much is your variable cost, or rather how much is your total cost, how much is revenue, what is the gap between those. So how do you actually use your data here? Say I click on, again there's an Excel sheet data given, click on data. He'll ask select, so you should select your data. I have to choose, so it will ask for select your data, select the entire data, and you click on create. So now you get all the firms on the x-axis, and whatever that is, for example the white line which I mentioned here is the employee strength. So you can come here, I can write, say, employee strength, and line 2, say you want to write profit, so you can say profit if you want. So you can say that for these much number of employees my profit has gone up here, for these much number of employees a profit has gone here. So you can see that E has the maximum number of employees but has maximum profit as well. So you can always compare and use such type of graphs for effective presentation in a very less time. In very less time. I will show you another app. There are various such apps available in the store. You can always go have a trial and error and use such apps. But I'll show you one last chart, which is a smart chart for Excel, and it's a very good one. To my right rather, you will see something loading. Now this is a limited version. If I want to put any data, I am not allowed to do that because it's payable, it is not free. So I can just show you the trial version of this app. It costs around rupees 250 if you want to put in your data or you want to do any editing. So say I'm going to go back. I want to start with my data. So it will say it is not available in trial. You have to test drive, and to get the full version you have to pay 250 rupees. So I'll just show you how this yes, so I'll close this app again. I'll open it once again so that I get the trial version on. I've opened it now. It's a very good graph which will show you. Now these number of bubbles here are shown as countries. You can show it in terms of competitors, or you can show it in terms of your products. The size of the circle can be anything, say profit, sales, your company growth, your complete revenue. It can be anything. It depends on you what you want to put in. The good part about this graph is that it will give you a timeline which is here shown down, and as time progresses, how has your company, your product, your competitors, your revenue, whatever you want to see, how has it progressed over the period of time will be shown. I'll just give you an example. I'll just play this. Look at any country you want. Every country is increasing in size or decreasing in size as time passes by. So you can actually also see the trend that how a company, a product, etc. is actually growing or increasing. And the timeline is defined by you, but that all can be done only and only if you have a full version. For that you have to pay 250 rupees. Then there are several other apps in the store for you which are free and which are very effective in presentation. You have data forecast trends, you have another manage workflows and processes part. If you're an operations guy, then you can use those. So there are a lot of CRM tools if you want. There are a lot of analytics tools. There is also PowerPoint presentation. There's apps of PowerPoint presentation. They're also for Excel, Word. You have apps for almost every other office that is for the whole MS Office. You have one or the other apps relating to Microsoft Office, say Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. So this is from my side in the My Applications part. These My Apps or charts can also be used more dynamically in the Power View, which will be taken up by one of my colleagues in the coming videos. So thank you.